So I know the likelihood of anybody actually jumping in while I'm live is extremely low. The reason I'm doing this live is it's easier, honestly. Been struggling to find the time to actually edit videos and stuff. So we're gonna do this kind of off the cuff, and as we drive to my dad's house to go help him with some stuff. So these New Jersey drones, these drones everyone's freaking out about over in New Jersey, they're not a thing. There's no drones. Sorry to tell you, there's no drones. None. I mean, I can't say none because there's probably some dildo flying his Mavic. You know, like that. Yeah, there's a couple of those guys, but these SUV-sized drones and shit that everyone's talking about, like, no, that's not a thing. They're not there. And I know that they're not there because every single piece of photographic or video evidence that has been pushed to the internet shows nothing but commercial airliners and civilian aircraft like Cessnas or police helicopters. Every single video or photo that I have seen has been some form of commercial airliner, particularly, or at least like a police helicopter or a Cessna. Every one of them, without exception. Not like all of them, but one. Oh, there was that one weird. No, all of them are BS. Every single one of them. None of them have shown anything but airplanes, mostly in the vicinity of airports, either on approach or departure, or in the pattern. Why are there so many of them? They just keep coming and going. Yeah, it's because they're fucking airplanes that are there every fucking night. I don't know why people have never noticed this before, but apparently a great many people have never looked up at the sky before recently. So they're just completely, thoroughly convinced that these blinking lights are drones. Those red and green lights are navigation lights for aircraft. All civilian aircraft have to have them. Left is red, right is green. It's so you can tell which direction that aircraft is traveling. And then the bright blinking white lights, those are called strobes. And they're so that you can see those planes at night from another airplane easily. These are just aircraft, just regular old airplanes. They're nothing more, nothing less. It's just hysterical, idiotic, ignorant people that don't know any better, that are freaking out because apparently for the first time in their entire life they have looked to the night sky, and now they're seeing blinking lights, and they're freaking out. I'm glad that, at least Bruce, XJet is pointing this out. No one else is seeing this, apparently, which is really weird. I have not seen a single other person pointing out, like, no, that's a 737 or an A320 or a Bell, police helicopter. Like, it's really strange. Like, it's extremely strange how few people have actually noticed this. I went out in my backyard last night and I saw at least in 5 minutes, 5 or 6 drones flying around my house. I live out in the middle of freaking farm country, Tennessee. They're not drones. They're airliners that were flying at 40,000 feet. Well, probably 30,000 feet. On their way to some other international airport, probably just left Nashville International. Like, people have decided, like, they have to, like, come up with, like, problems and things to be worried about and stressed out about because our lives here are just so awesome, frankly. Like, no matter how crappy your life is today, it's a billion times better than anyone's life was 65 years ago. You know, like, things are just not that bad, and people have to make up things to be mad about. So, you know, and that's it doesn't matter your political affiliations or anything. You know, it's like the chemtrail people. Okay, sure, chemtrails are technically a thing that exists. There is cloud seeding and all of that stuff that happens. But the average chemtrail that you're seeing is nothing more than contrails from, again, commercial airliners, which don't have anywhere to hold or store thousands of gallons of spray to be spraying through the air from horizon to horizon. You know, y'all need to go get hobbies. Y'all need to go learn about drones and start flying drones so that you know that it's not a drone when a freaking Cessna flies over your house or an airliner flies by. You guys need to, like, go out and do something productive. Stop freaking out about things that are freaking absolutely normal and have been for decades, if not a century. Like, it's frightening how many people in New Jersey have apparently never looked up at night before. Like, this last week or two, however long they've been claiming these drones have been going around. They're not a thing. It's just not. Like, if some, I'd be willing to bet money. I'm brokered in hell, but I would put $100 on the line for somebody that could give me actual verifiable proof of one of these quote-unquote SUV-sized drones over New Jersey. Actual proof of an actual drone. It could look like an MQ-9 Reaper. It could be that kind of drone. It doesn't have to be a multi-rotor. You know, if it's an actual drone flying at 200 feet that's the size of an SUV, I will figure out a way to get you $100. I'd love to be able to make that a bolder claim, because then more people would be in on it. But, you know, if you can crap that and I can verify that photo that it's actual real, it's not some kind of Photoshop BS or, you know, actually over the Middle East, $100 to you. Because these freaking drones are not real. They're just not. So, like, I guess I'll wrap it up with reasons why, like, I think other than just those none of the photos prove anything, or video or anything. I am a pilot. I am a licensed pilot, although I'm not current. I am a certificated 107 drone pilot. I fly drones. I took a break, but I'm getting back into it. Like, I know what drones are. I know how they maneuver. I know what they sound like, what they look like. I know what most airplanes look like and how they maneuver and what they sound like. Like, it's not rocket surgery, you know. Like, you can look and see, that's not a drone of any sort. Not to mention, if Iran was flying drones over us, why would they have marker beacon lights on them? It's not like they need them to know where their own drones are. They got GPS and telemetry links and all that shit, right? Why would they have navigation lights on drones if they're going to be flying over our country? That's idiotic and retarded. It's the most bass-ackwards, stupid thing that anyone could ever come up with. Like, I hate to just, you know, throw that appeal to, authority fallacy in there, but, like, I do know a few things about what I'm talking about. I'm not just completely talking out my ass. Like, the way all of these aircraft are maneuvering, the way all of these aircraft are displaying their lights, the way all of these things, everything adds up to civilian aircraft. Whether they be commercial jet airliners or the local Jim Bob flying his Cessna to get his night currency. Or the local PD flying their helicopter off to the next crime scene. Like, these are There's absolutely no evidence otherwise. None whatsoever. And that's why the FBI and the FAA and everyone else is freaking out, going like, what the fuck is everybody talking about? There's no threat here. We can't find these drones because they're not there. They just don't exist. Not to mention, remote ID was supposed to prevent all this stuff. But, of course, not only are there no drones there to have remote ID, but if they were nefarious actors, they wouldn't be rocking remote ID. So, yep. If you ask me, this is all part of the plan to close off the sub 400 feet airspace from everyone except for Walmart and so on. Because incidents like this get the public riled up, and they work up that fucking fervor for drone hysteria, and they get people freaking out about, oh, drones, they're all coming to get us, they're gonna steal my kidney in the middle of the night and sell it on the black market. They get congressmen calling for shooting down drones and all this stupid stuff. What they're trying to do is get people so freaked out about drones existing in the first place is that they make them go away, so that you and I, the regular old hobbyist Joe, and little Timmy who wants to fly his foamy airplane down at the park, none of us can do that. The only drones in the sky will be Walmart and fucking Walgreens and Amazon drones. And then everyone can sleep peacefully in their beds at night knowing that only the good actors are flying above them. That's what this is all about. There are no drones. There's just ignorant, dumb people who have been trained to freak out that are freaking out over nothing. Absolutely, completely, 100% nothing. If you prove me wrong and I can verify it, I'll give you $100. I made that bet, so I appreciate that. But no, flat earthers are fucking retards. You know, I enjoy a good conspiracy if it's, you know, has some logic behind it. But no, definitely not a flat earther. Those guys are about as stupid as it gets. But no, I did kind of just wake up. I'm on my way to help my dad with some stuff on the weekend. I appreciate that you could come to that conclusion, especially while I'm rambling about some, excuse me, somewhat conspiratorial type things. But if you ask me, the drones being there in the first place is more of the conspiracy. Like, these things are not real. They're fucking airlines that people are seeing. They're airliners and local PD and that kind of stuff. It's just, I'm sorry. If you are going out and in New Jersey right now, looking up at night and seeing these things, and it's not, you know, your neighbor flying his Mavic or his little DJI Phantom, like, it's an airliner, and I don't know what else to tell you. So, anyway, I've rambled enough, gone around in circles enough times. I'm gonna punch out here. Like I said, prove. If you can get me a photograph or a video of an SUV-sized drone, one of these actual drones, doesn't have to be a multi-rotor drone, you know, whatever, as long as it's a verifiable photograph that I can confirm flying around over New Jersey, you know, Newark or whatever the hell, that's supposedly a silent SUV-sized drone, I'll shit $100 and get it to you Venmo or whatever, however I gotta do it. I don't think it'll ever happen, so I'm not too worried, even as broke as I am. So, alright, I will see you guys later. Have a good one. Hope everyone's doing well. Fly safe. Don't drink and drive, all that noise. You know, be good, guys. Have a good one.